AM1450, FM 1033, KNSI's Ox in the Afternoon. We are live at the state capitol in St. Paul, kicking off the legislative session 2016. Before we let her go, she had a couple more minutes. Representative Theis, we had the roundtable discussion a moment ago. Thanks for participating, by the way.
Oh, it is truly a joy.
Fun to hook up with some of your colleagues and rekindle some of the friendships when you get down here?
Oh, very much so. It's to the point, when we leave here, we're kind of looking at each other like, I can't wait to not see you again. Because you're spending almost 24 hours a day with each other. And as much as you love everybody, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm really tired of you. So when we come back, it's almost like, oh my gosh, how are we doing? It's going to be so joyful. And, pretty soon it'll start. And then, we're not going to be, we're a little bit concerned about what happens when we're on the House floor, because the restrooms will be on the north side of the Capitol.
Yeah.
We will have our little way to get there, and it's we had the Sergeant of Arms tell us what was all going to happen, and security, and
wow.
And it's going to be this is how you get here, this is how you get out. I mean, there's no extra, so it'll be interesting to see what Representative Howe, Fire Marshal Howe, Inspector Howe, what ways he finds to get in and out.
Hilarious. Follow him.
He loves to look for those exits.
Well, Representative Theis, we didn't get a chance to talk specifically about a couple bills that you're dropping, I think, as early as today, certainly this week. One of them involving this ability for the hockey center to serve beer for Husky games?
Correct. I really am in favor of it, and it's been kind of uncanny how this is the third liquor bill I'm carrying now for the city of St. Cloud. And what I'm learning is that it's an easier way to control what people drink when they're in your facility. With Tara at Ingashire, she was really concerned that she could only do 3-2, and people were bringing in strong beer. Well, she can't control how much they're drinking. And she said, I spent years, having relationships with the folks along the golf course, and it could get goofed up by some guys just bringing, I shouldn't say just some guys, some people bringing beer in, and she can't really control how much they're drinking while they're on the course. So I look at this way too, and we did take part in I think it was the last home games, the weekend they had the pilot program, so there was alcohol served there, and beer and wine, and it wasn't served in the student areas. But quite frankly, I think the only folks we really saw drinking beer were the folks in front of us were parents from the away team. And so they're having a beer or two while they're watching their kids play, and it was things like that. But it's not. Quite frankly, it's $7 a beer, so it's not like
People are exactly.
They're still going to tailgate beforehand. They're still going to do all that, but maybe they won't. In knowing that they can have a beer or wine, they won't drink as much.
So they're able to do it though, but only once, like every 6 weeks or something like that. Is I don't know what the deal is. Apparently there's some complication deal with the way the law is now. So what is your bill? Your bill seeks to just make it available all the time?
It does. It gives them the option to do it if that's what they want to do. And you will see. We talked about the liquor bills before, just briefly with the other two, and what we'll probably do is just have a small bill. And it'll include different festivals, different events and such that are happening in the state of Minnesota this year that, right now they don't have the right to serve alcohol. So we'll probably have a little bill. It won't be an omnibus bill. It'll just be a little bill, and probably have several amendments attached to it so that, we can have SCSU exercise that option if they want to, or, some of the other festivals can serve beer too.
Another issue I want to get into is the Regional Air Authority bill. This is something that is about to, I think, be talked about again. It's really not been talked about for the past several months.
It is. Senator Peterson has taken the initiative and gotten the bill drafted for that, and we call them the jackets. I've got the House version and signed it and basically dropped it right away so that we can hopefully get it on its way as soon as we can, so at least we can do the study. And I really think it's something we really need to do. I think it is so needed. And
what would it do exactly?
Basically give the area the right to look into, is it really feasible to do something like this? Would enough people use it? And I say yes. I think there's a lot of people. If we get a good, and it's not just necessarily flights going in and out, it's also other things. There's a lot of private jets coming in and out. And it probably would give the opportunity to expand a little bit on that.
And this is all the St. Cloud Airport.
And it's all the St. Cloud Airport. It's not just necessarily bringing another airline in. It's looking at some of the other options that the airport can fulfill.
So what needs to, I mean, so as I understand, Mayor Theis has talked about this. It is the St. Cloud Airport. It's a municipal airport.
Correct.
Yet it serves the entire region. So as I understand, Mayor Theis's main concern or main initiative has been to try to figure out how to get partnerships, financial partnerships with the area counties, the area cities, whatever. And what is it then legally that the state has to do to help forward this?
Well, I think basically just give them the opportunity to do a really good in-depth study and say, hey, you really do have the support way out there.
Okay.
These folks should be climbing on board because it really would affect what they do as well.
When these start coming up for hearings and everything, I'll look forward to chatting about it because that's a big thing for our area.
It is a huge
Both
thing.
of these bills, quite frankly, but certainly the Regional Air Authority bill.
I really hope that we can do more for the airport. We really enjoyed flying out of St. Cloud. We did it all the time. We hardly ever went down to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and I miss it. I miss it greatly, and I think that if we can show that we really are a worthy area, a worthy airport, that maybe we'll get some interest again to get a partner down there that has better on-time services, that take it a little bit more seriously. I just felt like it wasn't taken very serious last time.
Well, in my opinion, and this is an ignorant opinion somewhat, but I have actually spoken with Minneapolis former Mayor Rybeck on this. We spoke last year, in fact, at the after the end of the session at the big Chamber of Commerce dinner that we're all going to later tonight. The idea that somehow we need to work with the MAC and be a bona fide, I don't know what the term is, maybe reliever airport, whatever it is. But if they want to redo a concourse or if they want to revamp something or other, or if they need to shut down part of their airport, whatever they need to do, redo a runway, something like that. Hey, just send some flights our way, even if it's on a temporary basis.
Oh, exactly.
Send them our way. Have a shuttle service back and forth, whatever you have to do. And if we can get some of that action going, that will ignite things more than anything ever will, I think.
And I believe so. We had the gentleman down speaking to government operations, I think about a year or so ago. I don't remember exactly, but his comment about St. Cloud was, that people don't want it, and that just kind of made my hair stand up. And I just said, oh no, we really want it, but what we need in order to make it work is a partner who will be on time.
Yeah.
That will say, hey, we take this very seriously and we'll be on time. That wasn't happening this last time, and that's why I think it failed so quickly. That they just didn't.
No question it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but honestly, looking back on it, the way it was set up, it was set up to fail. It
was. And so what we need is good viable partners, and I think there's a lot of opportunity.
Representative Theis, thank you. I'll let you get back to work. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Busy day for you today. Certainly, we'll be chatting with you much more here in the next several weeks as the legislative session kicks off today. We're live at the state capitol in St. Paul. District 14A State Representative Tama Theis with us. More to come on AM 1450, FM 1033, KNSI's Ox in the afternoon.